Welcome to Primecast, episode 118. My name is Jesse.
My name is Wyatt.
Hi, Wyatt.
Oh, hey there, Jesse.
Not a whole lot of news to talk about this week, but I'm trying something a little bit different. Instead of leaning towards the listeners for discussion topics, I kind of started going to go on to my more discussion topics of could be random things, could be current events, and we're going to be talking about a few things in this week's show. But first, we always had to talk about what we got last.
What'd you get last?
I got my first Walking Dead figure.
Oh yeah, who'd you get?
Abraham Ford.
He's like the only one in the new wave I don't have.
Really?
Yeah.
I had to choose. I got him at a comic book store. So I had the opportunity to pick and choose which one to get.
Yeah.
Some of them look pretty bad.
Yeah, the Carol I got, I've found that it's more mediocre than good. Because the paint on her face can get really doofed.
Yeah. I think I saw that, I saw a bunch of Maggies there, and all of them looked fucking retarded. It was really bad. I mean, I really got that one because, and not to mention, not only just because it's a pretty good representation, but Abraham Ford is probably my favorite character from the show now.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
I like the figures are alright. It's my first Walking Dead figure, and it's about what I expected as far as quality goes. And
you opened it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't open mine.
Oh.
I know that's the line for me that I'm just gonna buy to keep in the box and have a really cool wall thing. Yeah. I started to buy doubles, but then I was like, what am I doing? I play with so many different lines. I'm gonna get whatever this line's gonna give me somewhere else. So why open them and buy doubles? Because I'm never gonna play with them again after I open them.
Right.
So.
And I tried to find Knifehead or Trespasser out there, but I couldn't find any of those.
Yeah. I've only seen them once at my Toys R Us.
Yeah, the Ultra Deluxe, not the the first wave.
Yeah.
They had a Axe Head at FYE.
Yeah.
I might get that one if I can't find Trespasser.
Do it.
Because I mean, there are actually some extensive molding differences.
Yeah.
Like the actual axe part of the head is slightly molded different, and the back piece is different. There's a few other things like that, but it's actually I watched a review comparing the two, and it's pretty neat. It does feel like its own own just concept, not just a repaint, which I was kind of expecting it to be.
Did you get the original figure, or no? Or are you just choosing them now?
I'm just choosing them now.
Rad. I remember you were like, oh, I don't know about the Pacific Rim line. Maybe I'll get into it. I don't know. And then now we're over here, and you're like, I'm looking for this one, and I'm just like, I don't care about this line.
Are you gonna get the Otachi?
Maybe. Anything again with this line, I don't know if I'm gonna get newer stuff.
I mean,
because what I said last week,
the Otachi looks pretty sweet. It's giant.
Yeah, it is.
And it comes with a little baby Otachi.
Yeah, but again, I'm just like,
it's a new mold. It doesn't use the same body type.
I am in a huge Marvel Legends kick. I've spent way too much money on Marvel Legends.
Speaking of Marvel Legends, that's one of the news topics. It's very slight news, but it's happening.
Oh.
Yep. So that's all I really got. What'd you get?
Yeah. Well, to get the less interesting stuff out of the way, I got in the mail today. I got a new Spider-Man print, and I got a chest logo for it cut out of urethane rubber. I have to apply that, puff paint the suit, and attach the lenses. And then they came with that is my girlfriend's custom Spider-Gwen suit print. So that's exciting. I'm kind of miffed about the outfit, though. They fucked up the neck, so the neck is really wide, so I have to hem that, and the fingers are still short, and this is the second time they sent one back to me because it was wrong sizing. So, I don't know. They're dumb, I guess, but I guess I can work with this. And my girlfriend's had really dumb gloves, so we have to fix those too, so I'm just kind of fucking pissed. But I got some actual toys. Toys. I got a Marvel Legends, the original Toy Biz run. I got the Deadpool from that.
I think you talked about that last week.
Yeah. Now the thing with that Deadpool is I got it for about $30. And combined the shipping with another order I had from the same guy because I didn't see it till later, and it was $30, no accessories. And he had a super glue spot on his stomach and a loose ab crunch. So I got that with another thing. But the Deadpool, I have the X-Force Marvel Legend that I think is okay. But I was like, alright, well, this one's going into storage anyway. I'm just going to take his accessories, put it on this one. So I did that, and the super glue spot on the stomach, you can't really see with the chest piece and belt piece I put on him. So you can't notice. You can't notice really at all. I'd put some super glue, some gel super glue inside the joint in the ab and kept crunching it and letting it harden a little bit, and then crunching it again. So I stiffened up that ab crunch, and then the legs were really loose. I had to fix those. So he was a fixer upper, but all around $30, and I got him looking like new. That's really nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Because the figure goes for too much money.
Because it's Deadpool.
It's because it's Deadpool, and they made 4. Not really. And then I got a Marvel Legends. They didn't make 4. Dumbass. They made 7. Then I got from the same guy. I got a Scarlet Spider, who doesn't. It's the KB Toys exclusive Scarlet Spider. It's the Ben Reilly outfit that is not sensational. It's just his outfit with the hoodie. Except the figure didn't come with web shooters or a hoodie. But the hoodie, I just have to find a hoodie. There's a CM Punk figure sold at Toys R Us that has a hoodie with it. I might grab that, because then I just have a figure of Phil Brooks, and this hoodie I can paint up like his. And the web shooters I'm going to get off, I think, something we're going to talk about in the news later.
Oh?
Which is something, because I also got, and this was hard to do, because I bought it in the box, so I had to be the guy who was like, well, this has probably been in the box for 10 years. I'm going to be the asshole to take it out of the box. I got a Marvel Legends Doc Ock. And it's not the one with, it's not, there's 3 or 4. All I know were the 2 I did not want. I did not want the one with the really dumb face and the crazy eyes, and there's one that's also not really posable at all. I got the super posable one that is the design I'm okay with. He's really freaking neat. His tentacles, he was made around the same time as Spider-Man 2, I think, and I don't get why a lot of the Spider-Man 2 Doc Ocks didn't have this type of tentacle setup. It's really weird. But I like him. And I got another Marvel Legends thing I forgot about.
Yeah.
Did you see that Marvel Legends, that Target exclusive 3-pack?
No.
Had Radioactive Man and Captain America and Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
I found one of those after Christmas, and I was like, I wanted Miss Marvel. I didn't care about the other 2, so I was like, alright, I guess I'll sell these guys for 10 a piece somewhere, and make some of my money back. Then I got home and I opened it. I got Miss Marvel out. And I was like, she's pretty cool. I ended up putting her down, and then Started playing with the Captain America, and the Captain America is awesome. I think it's the best Captain America Marvel Legend I have. He's really freaking cool.
You didn't have the regular Ultimates Captain America, did you?
No, I didn't get that one. The Captain Americas I have the classic outfit Marvel Legend from a while ago, like wave, one of the first few waves. I got the movie one, the second movie one, Marvel Now, and this one. So I don't have too many caps.
Yeah, that one is the same figure, but it just has it comes with two heads, right?
Which one is the which one?
The Ultimates Captain America. The one you got is the same figure, just with two heads, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because I got that one a while back ago, and I agree. That is one of my favorite Marvel Legends Captain America figures. That figure is really, really cool.
Oh yeah, I opened him up and I'm like, wow, he actually fills out as Steve Rogers really well, and Captain America. I opened a soda pop, and yeah, no, he's really cool. I was really shocked. So I'm like, all right, I'll sell Radioactive Man for like $10 because nobody wants him because everybody's selling him.
What else?
I think that's it.
There is a few news topics I wanted to cover before we get into our little bit discussion topics that I chose. Actually, and it's kind of relative to what we were just talking about before. I'm not sure if you ever read this, but Guillermo del Toro gave some Pacific Rim 2 news.
Yeah.
That Charlie Hunnam and the girl that plays Mako will not be returning.
Rico Kutrich, however.
Yeah. Will not be returning. It's going to be more focusing on Charlie Day and Bern Gordon's characters.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. And they said that Hannibal Chow will be in there too. Said that the story is going to take place a few years afterwards, after Pacific Rim. It's not going to be an immediate follow-up. It is the world having been freed of kaiju, and what happens to the world after. What happens to the Jaeger technology once the Jaegers are not a threat. It's quite a jump.
So it's like not fighting fighting.
The way it sounds, the way he's making out to be, is going to be more science than fighting.
Well, I'm okay with that.
If it's kind of takes away like why people loved Pacific Rim so much, though.
Yeah, but it was a movie I could also really get behind the people. So
yeah,
if they gave us this really awesome entrance and like are still maintaining it awesomely, just in a different way, I guess I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it sucks, and I'll admit it. But
yeah. Well, I mean, they are still going to be doing that Pacific Rim animated series too.
That's all I have to say. Maybe it'll be awesome, but right now I'm just like,
yeah.
Any big Hollywood thing that has like a cartoon tie-in, I'm just like, it's so dumb.
Target has listing for Avengers Ant-Man Infinite Legends figures.
I was just about to talk about that.
Wario.
Yeah, I just found that. Yeah, it's really... I can't tell if it's an Ant-Man like figure or an Ant-Man wave.
Well, I'm assuming that it's like it says Avengers Ant-Man Infinite. Like that's where it kind of stops. So I'm assuming it's like a wave.
That'd be really weird. Because who the hell would they make?
I don't know. I don't care. I'm just happy we're definitely going to get a 6-inch. A Marvel Legends movie Ant-Man figure.
We don't know if it's. Well, it could very well be comic because
it could be comic, but that'd suck. That'd be bad timing. That'd be really shitty. I mean, it better be a movie version. That's all I really want as far as the
if it's the wave, all right. Let's think of who they can make if they made a wave. They could make like
Yellow Jacket.
They can make Yellow Jacket, they can make Wasp, they can make Ant-Man movie and a comic Ant-Man, and they can make
I don't even know who Ant-Man's arch nemesis is. Like, who's his Red Skull to Captain America?
Ultron. Yeah.
Would you really say it is Ultron?
Hank Pym created Ultron.
Yeah.
But it's Scott Lang in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I'm okay with, but
I'm not sure if I mean, I would guess I have no choice but to be okay with it because I can't really change it. But that's not my ideal. Because
did you watch the?
What's that?
Did you watch the trailer?
No.
How do you?
How do I what?
I get your whole thing with trailers, but how do you want to run a news show? We can't talk about the new content.
You can talk about it. I can walk away or put down my headphone for a second.
Well, I mean, like, everybody else already saw it, so I have nothing to really say about it besides, conversation piece.
Yep. So, yeah, I didn't see it. I saw that it came out today.
It's fairly good. It's also fairly disappointing, and then it's fairly what did I expect, so.
Alright. I did see on one news website that Edgar Wright was officially taken out of credit for the script.
Yeah.
That the credit for the script is solely going to Paul Rudd and what's the guy's name that did Adam McKay, who did the Anchorman movies.
Yeah.
Him. So that's kind of shitty.
Well, Edgar Wright, I don't know.
Really sucks, but oh well. Marvel's Daredevil Netflix show is going to be premiering April 10th.
Daredevil is April 10th?
Yep.
That was May 1st. Or is that just rumor?
Nope, just April 10th. This news just came out 9 hours ago.
Okay, yeah, because they had this preview shot thing, and it said something along the lines of May 1st. Because then they're like, oh, so they're gonna release Avengers and Ant-Man or Daredevil on the same day, so. But if it's April, that makes sense. Makes more sense, really.
What do you think about Daredevil's outfit?
I mean, they already said that's not his final outfit, so I'm okay with it. It doesn't look bad. It looks like the one in the book, or not in the book exactly, but his original, his pre-outfit that each superhero tends to have.
Like a year one outfit.
Yeah.
I like it. I kind of dig it. It kind of reminds me a bit of Zorro.
I mean, we've seen him in some sort of outfit like that before too. So.
And this is actually is going to take place in the same universe as the cinematic universe, right?
What's up?
Daredevil.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder. I mean, since they're starting to get in the future Marvel Legends waves this year, we're getting Agents of Shield's figures with those two characters who Maria Hill and Phil Coulson. Since we're getting them.
You're the biggest Marvel fan.
I know. I just had a total brain fart on fucking Coulson. Do you think there's a possibility of getting Marvel Legends Daredevil?
Well, we are kind of getting a Daredevil, but I think they'll probably wait because this year they have the Avengers comic line they have to continue, the Spider-Man wave that they're continuing, Avengers movie, Ant-Man, and then their exclusives to keep up with. So I bet if they do Daredevil, they'll probably wait for Defenders to do those guys.
Yeah, because I just want. My dream is just to have a Marvel Legends version of every character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe on display in a big fucking shelf. That's my goal right there.
Fair. Don't know which to talk about first.
What's that?
Between some Spooderman Marvel Legends or some Spooderman movie news.
Movie news.
Movie news?
Yeah.
Alright. So this is like the most recent thing that's come out about not even like the Sony leaks. This isn't any of that. They found everything in Sony's closet regarding Spider-Man. This is just something else that is rumored, speculated. I'm taking it with a huge grain of salt because they also recently had another thing like this posted that did turn out to be fake. But a casting call was posted for Pinewood Studios. It's to be held at Pinewood Studios, where Ant-Man was filmed, and it's where Marvel filmed some of their shit, for Amazing Spider-Man 3. And Andrew Garfield is on the bill.
I would definitely take that with a gigantic grain of salt.
Because I feel like either way, Andrew Garfield's out, but holy shit, if we get to keep the current continuity, they just make it better and work it into the movies and have a good idea for it, and we still get to keep Andrew Garfield, I'll be so happy.
Because, yeah, I mean, that totally kind of contradicts everything we heard about.
Yeah, but then again, they also had that with the Walking Dead spinoff, those rumors, and they turned out to be fake. So yeah. That's what I was referring to. Like, they had that casting call in Pennsylvania posted and turned out to be fake.
Yeah. Okay. I'm almost really just kind of sick about hearing about stuff about Spider-Man, Marvel, Sony. I just want because there's so much back and forth going between. It's going to happen. It's not going to happen. It will happen, but this way. But it's not going to be that way. So it's like I don't want to be getting my hopes up anymore about what's going to happen or be disappointed by another fucking Sony movie, or I just want to wait and see. I wish everyone would just stop talking about it, so just fucking wait and see what's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's tense. It's tensing me up, Wyatt.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm just anymore. I'm just alright, I'll follow it, but I'm not getting worked up about it because I mean the summit is supposed to be this month. They're supposed to be confirming it there or exactly what's going on right after it happens. So I'm just holding my breath now. I just feel like if I don't say something, somebody's gonna say oh, what do you gotta say about this? Because I've actually on Facebook, I will not post a thing someone else heard about, and they'll be like, "What do you think?" I'm just like, there's other things.
One little bit of news, which is not really all too surprising, but Transformers: Age of Extinction was nominated for many Razzies.
Whatever.
Case of anyone's never heard of the Razzies before, they are the Golden Raspberry Awards, which is the anti-Oscars for worst movies. And Transformers 4 was nominated for worst picture, worst remake, ripoff, or sequel, worst screenplay, worst screen combo, worst director, and Kelsey Grammer gets a nomination for worst supporting actor.
Wow, damn.
I think people are being way too fucking hard on this movie.
I'm done caring. Because either way, people are gonna hate it because one, yeah, it's not the best movie ever made. Two, people are gonna hate it because it's Michael Bay and it's the cool thing to do. But I'm done caring about what people think about these movies because I just don't care. They're not. My opinion is they're not great. They're really fun to watch. I can turn my brain off and just watch them and enjoy it. So I don't care if it's getting nominated for this shitty award for being a shitty movie with shitty actors.
It does really
because I definitely people
the cool thing to do for people just to shit on the Transformer movies, even if they haven't seen them.
Yeah,
I've seen numerous videos about people saying like all these god awful Transformer movies, and like some all counter like, have you seen them? Like, no, I don't need to. Like,
yeah,
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, no, I definitely, it's definitely a thing of like, and it's opinion too. Like, again, I don't know.
Like, I think that the first Hunger Games movie is garbage, while other people praise it. I don't go around, saying that.
Get in their face.
Yeah, like how a lot of people do about the Transformer movies. While I dig, even though I hated the first one, I liked the second one a lot more than the first one. I thought it was much more enjoyable, better, just overall better film. So just because I hated the first one, doesn't mean like, oh, I'm just going to hate every single Hunger Games movie that's being made now just because of this shitty experience. But no, I gave the second one a try and I liked it. Just people are fucking just bullshitting about the Transformers movies, but they're making like, why did they have to make so many of them? Blah 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 blah. There's 3 quote unquote bad Star Wars movies that the general population kind of shit upon, and there's a 7th one coming out, and people are fucking cheering him on. Like, okay, so it's not really a number about how many movies are being made. This is like people are just keep on following each other about, or encouraging each other about, just fucking just shitting on the Transformers movies, and it's pretty unfair to the franchise.
Yeah, like, I get it. Transformers is also really easy to pick on because, I mean, it's a toy commercial brand, and everything they've ever done has been to sell their figures. But
which they're not doing a good job right now.
Yeah.
If you go to the Transformers section of any store, they're all full.
Yeah, the movie figures.
Yeah.
In mine.
Even right after Christmas, there was still a crap ton of Transformers, and
like, here there were a few figures that went like gone, and it was essentially like Toys R Us that was blown out, but Target here like maintains the last wave of Age of Extinction Deluxes and have not been touched.
Yeah. Okay. Next bit of news: Combiner Wars Voyagers have been found in stores, including that's including Silverbolt and Optimus.
Does it have Devastator?
No.
Call me when it has Devastator.
No. But I am going to get Silverbolt, Optimus, and the deluxe Superions.
Oh, you're getting that Optimus?
Yeah, I kind of dig it.
What are you doing?
I like it.
I also looked at more pictures of that deluxe Optimus from the new line, the Robots in Disguise line. And like, yeah. I want that thing as far away from my house as possible.
Yeah, I want to like it, but I can't.
I am finding it hard to like a lot of the... Okay, Robots in Disguise, I feel like it's a really big hit or miss for me. So like, I look at figures like Steeljaw and Bumblebee, and I'm just like, eh? And I look at Strong Arm, and I'm like, yeah! And I look at Drift, and I'm like, hell yeah, Drift looks awesome. I look at Optimus, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Please don't come near my family.
Yeah.
In 2 months, I'm like, yeah, so I got the new Optimus. He's actually not that bad.
Right now, I want to skip the entire RID line, show and toys. Because I really don't care. I don't really care. Right now, I don't care all that much about them. I'm way more concerned about the Combiner Wars for this year, because I'm loving where that line is going. I can't wait for Toy Fair to see future releases, including Leader Class, Ultra Magnus, and hopefully Titan Devastator. I've never quite really understood how people were more when the first 2 movies are coming out, people were more excited for the classics and universe figures.
Yeah.
More than the movie figures. Like, really, these fucking things are great, but then these are coming out and the new show toys are coming out. I'm like, I don't give a shit about those show toys. I want these non show based Generations toys, and they just look amazing. I can't wait to get. I do think it's complete total fucking bullshit that you can't complete the true Superion in the first wave.
Yeah, it keeps me interested though.
Yeah, but it's kind of shitty, and I'm going to fucking torture myself because I'm not going to even put on 3 of his limbs until I get that 4th one.
I am. I'm going to look at it. Did you see Perfect Effects add-on kit for him?
No.
Perfect Effect. Let me see if I can find it on Facebook. I don't know if they have a Facebook page because I'm not going through the Facebook group to find it. Perfect Effect. Okay, yeah. They come out in April. They're handguns and feet for the Kambooners.
Any pictures?
Linking you.
Okay. Dooby doo. Okay. Okay. Those look kind of neat.
Well, like I've seen, I was on Facebook one day in a group. Somebody posted this like, "Oh man, these look cool," and I think they look great. Like I think they totally they round out the look, and without you don't need a new center figure, and you don't need new shoulder extensions. Like it's just like, hey, hands and feet, and they look great. I think it completes the figure, and there was so much back and forth over well, I just don't know why Hasbro didn't do this in the first place. And then there's a lot of people just I think Hasbro did it perfect. I think this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm just
I do think that the feet are a little bit tiny.
On this or on the Hasbro version?
On Hasbro versions.
Oh yeah, they are. I think their feet are a little awkward, and I think the hands look dumb. Like I could have dealt with the hands, but comparatively to this thing that now exists, I'm yeah, no, they look dumb.
It's funny because I think the hands look perfectly fine right now. They
look like claws to me. I think is what it is.
I think they look a lot better than they did on Bruticus.
Yeah,
Bruticus
you're not wrong. Well, I liked Vortex's. I like Vortex's hand. He had a really cool open hand there.
I try to remember his. I think so, but his was a very flat palm, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I remember. Yeah, that's right. I wish I could just get the feet. I don't really care about the guns.
I don't care about the guns either.
The feet would be cool. So yeah. New promotional images for Combiner Wars figures were released at Hasbro.com, including Leader, G1 Megatron, Armada Megatron, Voyager, Motormaster, and Legends, blah blah, and the rest of the deluxes.
Yeah.
And did you say that you wanted to get both of the Megatrons?
So I did.
Yeah.
And then I went back to into being and maybe I will just get one Megatron, and I'm just damn, now I need more than one. What the fuck? What in the hell?
What do you want the fucking?
This guy has multiple Hot Toy Chitaris. What the fuck? How do you... Never mind. I like money. I like being able to pay my bills. I would like just one Hot Toy figure. Jesus. That's incredible.
How many Chitaris does he have?
It's 3 or 4.
Oh. Fucking.
No, he has 20.
I think I really just want to get the G1 Megatron.
Yeah.
Just because it does seem to be more based on the current IDW design.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where this line seems to be going. as far as like comic, as far as the figures are based more. So I mean, they're still technically like kind of G1ish, but they are taking a lot of cues from the IDW comics, like especially Megatron and Wingblade's IDW, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're kind of going that route. A lot of people are speculating that the Devastator is going to be like a Prowl Devastator. If you're familiar, I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. Where Devastator has that Prowl crest. And I'm not sure if you explained it to me or someone else, but Prowl ended up being like the centerpiece for Devastator. And a lot of people did not like that. I think that's kind of a cool.
Well, a lot of people who like IDW love that.
I mean, I don't read anything about the IDW comics, but like, I just think that's a kind of a cool twist. I mean, it's just kind of interesting. I like how the new IDW Ultra Magnus design and how he's like kind of like a robot. It's not really Ultra Magnus, but it's more like some other smaller robot wearing Magnus armor to honor Ultra Magnus, if I'm getting that correctly.
Essentially.
Yeah, but I mean, that is kind of weird when you think about it for too long. But it's still kind of neat. I mean, I'm not like, I've never been like one of those G1 all the way. If it's not like G1 Ultra Magnus, it doesn't count. But I like new takes on the old Transformers, which is why I was so open minded to the movie designs. I like new takes on what I previously loved, and if you can turn Ultra Magnus, who's one of my favorite Transformer characters of all time, into a fairly interesting. It's definitely a different take, but I mean they're trying to do something different. Then I can dig that. And plus, his design in the comics looks pretty badass too.
Yeah, no, it is pretty rowdy.
Yep. So I'm really, really, really looking forward to that from Toy Fair. And that's as far as much as news as I can really think of the cover. Is there anything else you wanted to mention?
No, I think I'm good.
Alright, so we're going to get on to some of the discussion topics I gave Wyatt before we started recording, so we could just talk a little bit more about certain things we're interested in. And this is kind of the first question. It kind of ties into what we were talking about earlier. Who should play Spider-Man if the rights revert back to Marvel? Go.
Who should play him?
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield.
But do you think that would really happen if the rights revert back to Marvel? Because especially they said that from what we gathered earlier, that they're going to go for an older, more established Spider-Man.
There's multiple things. They want to go for the guy who's older and is already established as Spider-Man, and they want him to go back to school without the origin story to balance being a teenager and the far-off side story of a romance and being a superhero. Nothing is confirmed again, so like it can go any which way. But if they're gonna do, the older, they could even do a slight time skip and use Andrew Garfield again. I don't think they will do that. I really don't think Andrew Garfield will return one way or another. Whoever retains the rights, I don't think he'll come back. Even with that news we got.
So, what? Okay, well, if besides Andrew Garfield, who I mean.
Yeah, I was about to get to that.
Okay.
The guy. I have not thought about an older Spider-Man yet, just because I just don't know. I can't think of anybody who would like pull off a good Peter Parker Spider-Man. Older, being an older Peter Parker and all that. So, and it depends on like how much older. Like older Spider-Man, to me, when you say older Spider-Man, I think of like age 25.
Right.
30 at the oldest. I don't think like 50 years old. But overall, as an actor, to see, I mean, it's one of the ones who's been thrown around quite a bit. And first I was skeptical, but I went back and I kind of like looked at some of the stuff he did in some scenes, and I'm just like, I could see it. But Logan Lerman I could see him as Spider-Man.
Who is that?
He's the guy from, what's he been in? Percy Jackson. That's not like the best, because those movies are kind of weird. Not as good as the books. But like his performance isn't bad.
Right. Okay. My choice is a little bit different. And I'm really just mostly going off of like kind of like his satirical personality. Like if I do agree that I do think Andrew Garfield is, as far as just like as far as Peter Parker goes, like he kind of captures that social awkwardness that Peter Parker is really supposed to have. And like and he's supposed to be also, have that little hint of charming and a little bit secretive. And I do think that Andrew Garfield is a much better Peter Parker than Tobey Maguire ever was, and I was very pleased with his performance. But this may be a little bit more harder to imagine, but just based on the comedic aspects, I would be really interested to see what if Marvel could make a good Peter Parker out of Charlie Day.
No.
You don't think so? Because I think
No.
he really does kind of embrace that, smart ass ability, that smart ass characteristics. He's,
I think he does. I definitely do, and I can see that, like, especially in Pacific Rim, he can play a guy who actually has some sense and is still just outlandish. But I think what it is Peter Parker and Spider-Man, they can both coexist in their own personalities and still share from each other, because Peter Parker is this, more shy, awkward, reserved guy with a smart mouth from here to there, and Spider-Man's just off the chains, being an asshole, smart ass, every chance he gets. So it's sort of different, but Charlie Day can never really turn that personality off. So it would be kind of weird seeing him switch to fro, and like, we even talked about this before Pacific Rim came out, and you're like, I don't like him.
I did not. I hated him before Pacific Rim came out. Especially like my only real exposure to him was in a movie with Justin Long and Drew Barrymore called Long Distance Relation. What the fuck? Oh no, Going to Distance. That's what it was called. And he was so fucking annoying in that movie. But then he came out in Pacific Rim, and I really, really liked him in that. And he also did a voice of Art in Monsters University.
Yeah.
And he was one of my favorite new characters in that movie. And so I kind of grew good liking for him. And he, as far as like more going like taking a chance at an actor, I would like to see Marvel give him a chance, but it's super unlikely.
Yeah, I don't. Like, I see where you're coming from, I do. I just, like, see it differently. You're dumb for having a different opinion.
Now, a while back ago, Robert Orci, who wrote the previous Star Trek movies, him and Alex...
Is that what you're calling it?
Alex Kurtzman and Robert Orci wrote the previous Star Trek movies, and it was revealed or announced that Alex was leaving the franchise. It would be solely Robert Orci, and that he would be directing Star Trek 3, which you and I both kind of frowned upon, to say the least. But it was also recently announced that he was not going to be directing the movie anymore. And my question to you is, who should direct Star Trek 3?
Before we get into that, I want to know why he's walking away from all these big movies. I mean, they left Transformers. They, Orci left Star Trek now. Orci left Spider-Man, which I'm fucking glad. Hope they take both of them away, and hope they give it to Anthony and Joe Russo. That would be fucking cool. I don't care about Roberto Orci, and I don't care about Alex Kurtzman. I think Kurtzman at least has more dedication, and I can see more of what he puts into it. And even just in interviews, and it sounds really weird, I'd be able to watch a Venom movie and enjoy it if it was written or the screenplay was done by Alex Kurtzman. I don't know how eager I'd be to go see a Star Trek movie directed by Roberto Orci. I just don't like him. I don't like anything he's done at all. I think his shit's been shit. I feel like if he doesn't have a headway of like 5 years to make a movie, it blows. So, I'm glad he's not doing it. When I heard he was doing it, I was really worried. I was like, well, the Star Trek franchise is dead again. So if he's not doing it, then hey. But I don't know. People also give me so much shit for being so against them. I get so much flack for it. And I'm just like, yeah, I still don't like him. Fuck him.
So you don't really have a director that you think should direct Star Trek?
Yeah, I really don't have one in mind. I'm just happy it's not him. Sam Raimi. No, it's Sam Raimi.
Really? So
no.
He's just so he can have Captain Kirk fucking dance on the bridge?
With Bruce Campbell?
Yeah.
There for no reason?
Yeah. Every shot he'll play a different character.
Every single shot.
Okay, alright, I have a real answer, and I think that my choice for the Star Trek 3, who is definitely very interested in science fiction, who has a very distinct eye, very visual, and while really he's more fiction than science, which is something that kind of goes against Star Trek because that's more science and fiction. Like it's a very science based. At least originally concept is more science based than anything. But
yeah.
I mean, he does have he has a great vision, and all of his movies so far have been, very spectacular. He has a great eye, and my pick would be Neil Blomkamp from District 9 and Elysium. And
I thought you were gonna say like Neil Patrick Harris. I was about to be like,
Patrick Harris. But in the upcoming Chappie movie, which that just coming out, I think this year. I really love his style. Elysium was not the best written story, but some of the scenes that were in space were breathtaking. It was one of the best visual science fiction movies I've seen in a long time. And
yeah.
I love the whole style. It has a very gritty future style, which could fit in well with the current Star Trek universe. And everything just, it has a very real feel, but also futuristic as well, and just has a sense of awe when there's shots of, especially the space scenes in Elysium have a very big wow factor in them, which in comparison, especially in the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie, everything just seemed a little bit too cartoony in space. It just wasn't as spectacular, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my ideal choice. But I don't think they. Let me see. Star Trek 3. Why is my computer freaking out? There we go. Star Trek 3.
I'm gonna say the answer that like everybody is gonna say, or the answer everybody's already said, like for Transformers and all this. Christopher Nolan.
Huh. Well, okay.
Not really. That'd be terrible.
Oh, hold on.
What?
I think there's already we might have been discussion about a topic that's no longer relevant.
How's that?
There's already This is actually really old news. Damn, I feel kind of stupid.
Shows how much I would follow Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek 3's director will be Justin Lin.
You can, when was this posted?
Back in December.
Dude, you should, just cut this out of the show because we're dumb. Well, I don't follow Star Trek, so I don't... How was I supposed to care?
He made Fast and Furious 6, Fast 5... Fast and Furious. It barely just does Fast and Furious movies. he did.
It's his exclusive.
He did Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, Fast 5, and Fast 6.
Oh, so he had a lot of them.
Yeah.
Half of the 2, 5 Fast and 6s.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a way to go, I guess. Okay, last little
change. Ready the.
I mean, I guess we're talking about it's still kind of relevant because we weren't really saying who will direct it, who should.
Not Roberto Orsi. Yeah. Hey, I was right.
Yeah. Last little bit of discussion I want to talk about is last question is most unnecessary sequel of all time.
Most unnecessary sequel.
Yep.
Unnecessary or ones I just don't like?
Unnecessary.
So even if I like them, but I don't feel they should exist.
Right.
Cars 2 should not exist. As many Transformers movies as there are, I don't feel should exist. What else?
But what is the most unnecessary?
That's what I'm thinking now. I'm just like, what's the most unnecessary? I don't feel like Home Alone needed 4 sequels. There didn't need to be 17 Air Bud movies. But what is the most? My phone's going off. I couldn't tell you, but I can. Now, okay, what if it's like a franchise?
This is your answer.
Okay, so I could say like the first one was great, but like the other 6 blue dicks. Okay. I'm looking around my room because I like a lot of terrible things that I might have a poster of.
This is why I wanted you to think about this before we recorded, by the way.
I did think about it, and I came up with all these little answers. I can't think of the ultimatum. Do you think I think about Air Bud daily?
Yeah, I do. I think about Air Bud. You think about Snow Dogs.
Oh, Snow Dogs. Didn't that have Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Yeah, Air Buddies.
Air Buddies.
I think you think about all the Ernest movies.
Artist movies?
Ernest.
Oh, oh my god. What did not need a sequel ever? Can't fucking think of shit. And I worked at a movie theater where a lot of really dumb sequels came out. Oh! Grown Ups 2 shouldn't exist. There we go. There it is. Because fuck them. There it is.
Did you see Grown Ups 2?
I'm not dumb.
So you did see it?
Yep. No, I didn't see it. No, Grown Ups 2 I just heard was like the worst Adam Sandler movie ever. And I remember working at the theater when it came out. And everyone's like, that movie outsold Pacific Rim. Not only that weekend, everywhere, but at my movie theater. So everyone who came in and brought a Grown Ups 2 ticket, I just judged them when they bought it from me. Um, so it was almost a personal thing too, but I just heard the movie was terrible, and you have a movie with like Chris Rock and David Spade and Adam Sandler and the fat one, and if your thought process is we could do it again, funnier, I'm just gonna look at you and say, it wasn't that funny the first time.
My answer
is
a sequel that has to a comedy which is often forgotten to even exist now, especially to a movie that just came out recently, and that is Dumb and Dumber When Harry Met Lloyd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, like you even forgot that existed. While the new one, Dumb and Dumber 2, is actually called 2. It actually just totally negates this entire movie, and it was actually like said that Dumb and Dumber is actually non-canon. It's just like completely fucking retarded now. What it does, it's a sequel. I don't even think it was in theaters. It might have been. If it was in theaters, it was very short-lived. I mean, like, very short-lived. What it does, I mean, in the first Dumb and Dumber, Harry and Lloyd they're socially capable. They were just like, very nincompoopy.
Yeah.
In this one, it literally makes them look like they're borderline mentally retarded.
In the one you're in the second
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, okay.
The one that was a prequel, yeah, because they actually do take like a special needs class.
Yeah.
And just the way they behave is not human. It's really hard to explain. It really is like, I mean, the only good part that came out of that movie was fucking Bob Saget. He was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
The scene where Harry thought he was going to have sex with a girl, and like he leaned his butt up against the radiator and he said, "It really hurts in the ass." And he looked down and there's he melted a chocolate bar in his pants, so it looked like shit, and he started rubbing it over.
Yeah.
Like a retard, and Bob Saget just comes in and just owns the scene and starts freaking out.
He's shit all over the wall.
Did you know Shia LaBeouf is in that movie?
Who the fuck was he?
He played a geek named Lewis.
Lewis from Even Stevens?
That's his character's name, Lewis.
Damn.
Was that his name from Even Stevens?
I think so. Lewis Stevens. Sounds about right.
Let me see. Even Stevens. Yeah. That's weird.
Intentional.
Might have been. Okay. That's about it. Are we going to go on? Are we going to do any questions or not?
Yeah, because I bet we only have like 2.
All right.
1 minute. Do 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 do. Alright, we have 2 emails. Woo! First email from Ian. Hey lads, JK Productions. Again, number 1. What was a time you were surprised when you realized an actor you like was in a movie you were didn't want to see? I was forced to see Horrible Bosses 2 with my coworkers, and I was quite surprised when I saw Jonathan Banks as a detective. Something I didn't want to see. I remember I did actually choose to see this because I'm a sap, and I was like, hey, girlfriend, let's go see this. I saw Fault in Our Stars, and Willem Dafoe was in that, and that was really awesome because like the way they introduced him too, I didn't know he was in it, so I'm looking at like the back of his head as he's speaking. And he's like turning over his shoulder. I'm like, no fucking way. And they show his face, and I just started like doing the side to side jerk in the theater, like, yes, God, this movie just got awesome because I love Willem Dafoe. When I found out they put Charlie Day in Pacific Rim, even though I wanted to see that.
That was, I mean, you found out before you saw that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, so like I knew that before then, and I wanted to see that movie. But while I was watching it, and I didn't know about.
My choice would be I was watching a show that I wasn't really interested in with my wife, and it's actually just happened recently. And I saw during the opening credits, I saw a familiar name pop up, and it was Amy Jo Johnson. Do you know?
Sounds really familiar.
The original Pink Ranger.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
It was really cool. God, there has to be one. Like, all of them aren't things that I didn't want to see. I mean, there are ones who, like, I wanted to see it, but I didn't know who the actor was. And then I realized that, like, I wanted to see This Is the End, and I saw it, and I didn't know Jay Birchall. I didn't know who he was. And then there's a scene in the movie where he looks at Jonah Hill, and he says, "You did not, you motherfucker." And he says it in such a distinct tone. He says it almost exactly like his Hiccup voice from How to Train Your Dragon. And I remember after that movie, it bugged the shit out of me. I was like, whose voice is that? And I figured out, oh yeah, it's Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really funny to hear him say that in his Hiccup voice. So, like, I tend to not watch things I don't want to watch. So, but I've had a lot of surprises, which is always really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that Romeo from Boondock Saints 2 is also the control operator in Pacific Rim.
The one with the bow tie?
Yeah. I didn't know that. That's really cool. 2. What is the worst injury you've seen while at work? Last month while I was filming, my hand got caught in a coworker's costume when I had to push her, and my left middle finger got bent. 180, reopening the wound from my finger, got bitten through. Wait, what? So
someone got bit?
You got bit and then it reopened? That sucks. I don't know about gruesome. Yesterday at work, this girl was making oat dough for the oatmeal cookies in the giant mixer bowl, and as she was scraping the sides for the butter when she was making the batter, or the mix, something weird happened in the bowl, and the bowl just like got a chip in it, and a piece of metal went like under her fingernail, stabbed her in the finger. And then the other week, this one girl just wasn't thinking and just like grabbed a hot tray and just like kept her hand on it for a second and like gave her hand second-degree burns.
When I was playing football in high school, I saw a guy break his arm and bone went straight through the skin.
Damn. I would blow my brains out. That would suck.
Yeah. What was that called? A compound fracture?
It's called get that the fucking back in where it came from.
It's called don't do that.
It's called don't fucking do that. Number 3, what were some characters you were expecting to die in a show, only for them to either survive or get bailed out in the last second? I thought Mako would die. Yeah. I thought Mako would die in Legend of Korra finale as well as Clara in Series 8 of Doctor Who, I'm supposing. Yeah, I was getting real scared for Mako in the end of Korra. We all thought Bulkhead was going to die in Prime.
He even had a montage. A sad montage at that.
Yeah, it was really powerful. Like Mako. Wait, what's her name, Mako?
Mako.
Mako?
Yeah.
She even like killed a guy in his honor.
Yeah.
For revenge. He didn't even die.
And at first he was just going to be kind of goofy, like incapable of fighting. And then he ended up just being just fine. So all that was just pointless.
Up until he finally did. For years, I was waiting for Herschel to die on The Walking Dead. Since the end of season 2, I was waiting for him to die, and he kept getting bailed out at the last second.
Even when he was like kneeled in front of the governor, I thought he was going to make it out of there.
No, I was like, this is it. This is definitely it.
But then, like, the sword came down, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, no. I did not see him leaving that at all. I was like, it's way past his time to go. Which sucked, because I loved Herschel.
Next.
What are some series you collected vigorously, and ended up letting it die down after you, or only buy once in a while? Pacific Rim.
I'd say Digimon.
Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon champions.
Digivolve into champion. But you don't know much about Digimon, do you?
No.
Did you hear about Digimon Adventure Try?
What's that?
It's a continuation of the original Digimon series.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Coming
I heard
out
about
this
that.
year.
My roommate is big into Digimon. He went to the midnight release of Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire with us, dressed as Tai.
Really?
Yeah, because he has this giant Agumon plush. I have to show you that sometime. It's really cool. He found someone doing commissions on like plushes, and he got this like life-size Agumon for like $80.
Nice.
I should show you it sometime. It's really cool. His costume's really good too.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that series. Like, Digimon Adventure and O2's Adventure O2 are my favorite out of the whole Digimon cartoons. Then they just got bad, and then they got a little bit better, and then they just went fucking down the drain with Cross Wars. The last series that came out of Japan is fucking god awful. It's nothing like Digimon. It's more like it's that series is more like a generic ripoff of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. That's like Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh went way down. Like, I like GX, but 5Ds was fucking terrible. And whatever they got, like Zexal, if that's still a thing, it sucked. Pokemon did the same thing. Pokemon got, like, really weird. Like, it started off strong, got really weird after Johto, and then got, like, pretty good for 3rd gen. And then everything since then, like, 4th gen I didn't care about, and 5th gen was garbage.
Like, the last Digimon series that was any good, in my opinion, that was not connected to Digimon Adventure. The original series was Savers, which is known as Data Squad in the U.S. I really liked the animation in that series. It was different. They looked meaner. The main character was not a fucking stupid little child with goggles on his head anymore, which is something they all have now.
Yep.
He was a more of a teenage Street Fighter, which is cool because he would actually like fucking like use Digipower, I guess, and, like fucking just punch Digimon in the face and knock them over.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is pretty cool actually when you watch it. It just fucking comes out of nowhere. But anyway, and then that series was pretty good, and then went fucking just straight down this year with the next one. But Digimon Adventure Try coming out this year, and I like. Did you see like the poster of like all the updated characters?
No.
Oh. But do you know it? Like, I'm trying to figure out like how much of Digimon.
I know some of them. Like if I saw them, I'd recognize them.
Okay, so I'll send you this picture in a minute of all that. They're like in high school now. It's a completely different animation style. I still think it's done by Toei Animation because they do basically everything.
Yeah.
But it's much more. It kind of almost looks more like in the style of, say, Ponyo.
Huh.
That style of animation, and like, what's the name of the director that makes those movies?
Hayao Miyazaki.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it feels more like his style of his movies. But there's that. Is that it for questions?
Uh, Thank you. Keep up the good work, lads. We have one more email.
Okay.
It is from Russell McMillan, or Mc. Yep. Hey guys, what are some figures in your collection that you have a very, very happy memory with? Like for me, it's my Cybertron Optimus Prime that I got on a family vacation to Six Flags. Every time I look at that figure, I just get really happy memories from that vacation. So, what's a figure you have real happy memory?
I mean, I actually kind of discussed it in one of my latest reviews, is the original Power Rangers Dragon Zord. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it was a big deal when that thing came out. It was hard to get, and I remember the struggle I went through to get it, and my mom basically going to a store and actually like being having her name on a physical like pre-order list, and her going to pick it up and like having to deny people, like a mom, like some other kid or kid's mom went up to my mom and was like begging her to let her buy the Dragon Zord that she got for me, and she basically told her no. And I remember getting it. It's just like, when that came out, it was just the coolest fucking thing ever, and for kids back then.
Yeah.
And even though there's a couple of Transformers that are kind of nostalgic, that bring back memories, kind of like that, but nothing else really does compared to the original Dragon Zord, which is why I did my 500th review on the Legacy Dragon Zord, because that whole Dragon Zord just, it means a lot to me.
That's fair.
I just sent you a picture comparing all the original Digimon Adventure characters to how they will look in the new series.
I saw the poster for the new series, I think. I got some figures like that, like the '07 Voyager Leader Prime from the movie. Is one like that, just because, like, I remember getting really excited for that figure. I saw it, and it was one of the ones I had to, like, hunt down after a while, because it took me forever to save up $20 back then. Classics Ultra Magnus is one. The animated deluxe 2-pack of Optimus and Megatron is one of them. Voyager Bulkhead from animated is one of them. Just like, I look at those figures and I'm just like, yeah, like, those are figures I remember getting so hyped about buying. All the Toy Story toys I have as well, obviously. I have a couple Spider-Man figures that I've had for a really long time that I just look at and I'm like, I remember like just sitting down and just playing. So like, I have quite a few. It's hard to like pinpoint, but those are the ones that I look at a lot, and I'm just like, I remember being a kid. I mean, with animated, it's cutting it really close. I wasn't really a kid, but I was getting into that thrill of collecting around that time, that year. So it was exciting.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Sweet. Alright, guys, you can email us more questions at primecastqa@gmail.com. That's primecastquanda@gmail.com.
Is there
Password?
Oh.
If you listen to the whole episode, please type in Sasquatch in the comment section. Lets us know you watch the whole episode. I don't know why I chose that. It just popped into my head, so just go with it. type that in the comments. Lets us know that you watch a whole episode. It makes me happy. You can follow me at Twitter at twitter.com/ssjautobot. You can Instagram me too, ssjautobot, and you can follow me at Twitch at twitch.tv/ssj_autobot, and I do a lot of live streaming there.
Rad. You can follow me on Twitter at Anakin Vader.
Alright, guys. Thank you for listening, and please post any comments you have about the show in the comment section. We really don't get to enough comments and any feedback on shows anymore. Would like to just see more feedback on what you thought about the show, and just keep it a little bit more interesting. Please.
Yeah.
Alright, until next week. Thank you for listening.